Good evening and welcome back to this week's SCTV 3. I'm Bree Hill.
And I'm Alex Thomas. Here are this week's top stories. There is now controversy surrounding the NFL's Breast Cancer Awareness Month in regards to the money the league donates to the American Cancer Society. Sports Illustrated, citing a Business Insider article, reports that the NFL only donates approximately 8% of sales from pink merchandise to cancer research. The distribution of the funds breaks down like this: 50% to the retailer, 37.5% to the manufacturer, 8.1% to the American Cancer Society for research, and 3.24% to the administration at the society, and of course 1.25% to the NFL. The American Cancer Society, per CNN, are very happy with the proceeds they do receive, and are also very happy with the publicity the NFL gives them.
Big news came out of Washington last night regarding the government shutdown. Last week we reported that the government was in danger of defaulting if an agreement on the debt ceiling was not reached by today. Well, yesterday the Senate passed a bill allowing for a temporary reopening of the government and a raise of the debt ceiling. This is not a solution to the lawmakers' problems, though, as they still need to find a permanent solution. This bill will allow for a new month's reprieve, so politicians will need to continue to work on the solution or face another shutdown. Also, due to the government shutdown, this week's episode of Inside the Pride is a double feature on men's football head coach Mike DeLong expressing his feelings on this weekend's game cancellation, and also women's tennis making it back to the NewMax. Let's take a look. Welcome back to this week's episode of Inside the Pride. I'm your host, Bree Hill. In this week's episode, we highlight the Springfield College women's tennis team, who's qualified for the NewMac Women's Tennis Championship for the first time since 2005. We talked with head coach Toby Coffin and student athletes Sydney Streimer and Melanie Thulin about their success.
What makes this team unique this year is the fact that we didn't have many expectations going into the season. After last year losing 5 seniors to graduation, put us in a position where we could start over.
I remember Coach sending me an email this summer saying, here are the 7, 8 girls that we have coming for the team to a team of returning 4.
I think we've done a really good job so far. It's been like a brand new team with 7 incoming freshmen, and I think we've all learned to work really well together. I think we have really good team chemistry, and every practice we just work as hard as we can, and it's definitely paid off.
They've really bought into what we're trying to accomplish here at Springfield College, and that's improve every day, practice by practice, match by match. If you were to say to me, what is Springfield College, and you meet somebody like Sydney Streimer, that's Springfield College. She has a positive attitude, she's a great leader for the younger players. She works hard. Whether she wins or loses a match, she comes off the court with a great attitude, and she learns from every experience out here.
There's no words to really describe how it feels. It's an unbelievable experience just to have the young players and them looking up to me. I remember being a freshman and looking up to my captains, and it's really sweet.
I feel really honored because I've always heard Sydney talk about it and Sam Carney. And I know that we haven't made it in a long time, but this year I feel like all of our hard work has paid off.
Melanie is an incredible athlete. The transfer skills are there. She moves very well. Technically, she's improving her skill, but she is just a great competitor.
Every practice I always try to have a positive attitude and always give it my best. I want to walk away knowing that I did the best I could. And if I did that, then I'm happy. So it's been a learning process for me, but the coaches have been great.
Since coming back to Springfield College after I graduated in 2001, it's been an amazing feeling. Everyone has been so supportive of myself as a coach and the team, what we're trying to do here in tennis. So to come back has been absolutely tremendous experience all the way around.
This is going to be an amazing season just with so many new athletes on the team, so young.
It allowed us to focus on skill improvement and not putting pressure in matches or anything like that. And I think the women really responded in a positive way since we did that in the beginning of the season.
Hey, we did it, we worked hard, we're going to NewMax. It's just awesome.
Also, in athletic news, football won't be playing this week, but it's not because it's their bye week. Due to the government shutdown, their game at Merchant Marine this Saturday has been postponed. We spoke with head coach Mike DeLong about this unfortunate circumstance.
It has to be frustrating for them, especially with Kings Point had started the season fairly well and was looking ahead to playing and being competitive. I don't think anybody could anticipate what's happened to Kings Point. I don't even think Kings Point could anticipate it. Realistically, we lost 10% of our season by losing this game, and that's, you know, it's not just a cancellation, that's a significant part of your season. So we are disappointed, and we always look forward to playing as coaches and as players. I think that to lose 10% is a significant hit. You know, it'll help us certainly with prep and maybe help us heal some of the injuries that we've got, and maybe we'll get some guys back, and that would be a plus. But the minus to it is football is a rhythm type of game. Once you get up to speed, you want to stay at speed, especially at this point in the year. You know, October, you should be playing football on weekends.
If you're looking for something to do this Saturday, both women's soccer and field hockey will be playing at home at 1 o'clock. And that's all we have for this week's episode of Inside the Pride. Thanks for watching. I'm Bree Hill. Roll Pride.
Well, we have an update for you tonight on the Aramark Union situation. 2 weeks ago, we gave you a look at what was going on, and tonight, just 1 week before the vote, we take another look into it. I have more on this story right here. It's been 2 weeks since we last checked in with the unionization efforts for the Aramark workers here at Cheney Hall and over at Union Station. Now, students have been asked and faculty have been asked to support this venture, but not too many people truly understand what they are supporting. Earlier this week, a UMass Amherst professor came by to explain what the union was, and I was able to catch up with a union worker for an attempt of an update on the unionization. To help explain to students what they're supporting when they support the Aramark Worker Union, Claire Hammonds, a PhD in sociology from UMass Amherst and a professor of practice, stopped by on Tuesday, October 15th to explain a little bit more.
My name is Claire Hammonds. I'm a professor of practice at the UMass Amherst Labor Center, and I was here today at Springfield College talking a little bit about what unions are and what unions do. We had a really great turnout of people, and it was exciting to sort of present an overview of sort of how unions function and how it is that they help to bring democracy to the workplace.
I was also able to catch up with Cheney worker Paul Harris, who has been a major part for the Aramark workers in their attempt to unionize. He helped explain to me what their goal is.
Hello, my name is Paul Harris, and I am an Aramark cafeteria worker. And I'm just here to say that the things that we're doing today is just we're trying to get better wages, better health care, more respect on the job, and have a voice there. I can tell you that everything that we're doing is to help better Aramark Springfield College.
In addition to telling me what they're attempting to accomplish, Harris had a message for the students and for the faculty from the Aramark workers.
I just want to also, in the end, thank Springfield College, thank the president, thank the vice president, thank the trustees from Aramark. We want to say thank you. Thank you. Thank you for letting us have a voice. We also want to say to the professors and the students and the staff who wore the badges for letting us have a voice, thank you. Thank you. Thank you for being there for us, and we will make this a better workplace.
While the decision is coming up close, in fact, in just 1 week, the Cheney workers and employees will be right here for the Aramark vote to see if they will have a union. Now, the vote will take place, again, as I mentioned, next Thursday afternoon, where the Aramark workers will make their decision. If the majority does vote, they will unionize. And as Paul Harris told us, they do expect to unionize. For SCTV3, I'm Alex Thomas.
Springfield College has recently received a very high-tech 3D printer that prints designs from the computer into a three-dimensional plastic figure. The printer melts and forms the plastic into a desired design created on the computer software. This machine can print almost any design imaginable. Our very own Jack Hamilton sat down with Professor Harold Indelgado to talk about the new printer.
Harold Indelgado, a computer graphics professor here at SC, has recently received a piece of technology that will revolutionize computer graphics development for years to come. He received a 3D printer that prints designs from a computer into three-dimensional plastic objects. I got a chance to sit down with Professor Indelgado at the Maya Lab on the second floor of Blake Hall to discuss this breakthrough technology.
My name is Harold Indelgado, and I am a computer graphics professor at Springfield College. And recently, we've been actually incorporating a 3D printer technology into our classes and our lessons. And we're using Maya, a high-end 3D software, working with mostly polygons to create objects and to actually print them using the 3D printer. Now, most people, when you say 3D, they automatically think back to, the past, and they think of the stereoscopic 3D from the cinemas in the 50s, and even before that. But that's what comes to mind, stereoscopic 3D, and they automatically say, where's the glasses? But this is not the same type of 3D. It's actually a better name might be a rapid prototyping device rather than 3D printer. The common name for this technology is 3D printer, obviously, but perhaps a better name might be the rapid prototyping device, because what it does is it actually creates three-dimensional objects using plastic. So right now the printer is actually printing a wrench, and it's an adjustable wrench which will actually be printed so that when removed you can actually adjust the pieces. If you can see right now, it's building what are called supports. Whenever it prints a structure, it actually has to print supports so that the plastic doesn't bend or melt.
For students like Jordan Mayer, a computer graphics major, there are nothing but benefits that come from this new technology.
I just think it's a great piece of technology that could be implemented throughout like all other majors. Works really well with like biology and anything in the medical field, making life-size bugs like the flea or animals or microscopic organisms that you wouldn't be able to see, where you'd have to look under a microscope, but you can actually like pick up and look at detail with them.
As you can see, the future looks bright for Springfield College students. For SCTV 3, I'm Jack Hamilton. Thank you.
If you get a chance, head over to Blake Hall's second floor and check out this new innovation from our campus. Next up is our own weekly weather report from Luke Brown. Can we expect this warm October weather to last? Luke has all the insights.